I'm on the run, I've got no alibi for what I've done. Took what you treasure and I'm never gonna give it up. I let these empty streets hide within the shadows. You think I'm lucky, you don't know how low I go. I've been hunting for it, I've been planning for it. I'm the villain, yeah, I'm gonna take it, take it. I've been hunting for it, I've been planning for it. I'm the villain, yeah, I'm gonna take it, take it. I'm the villain. I'm the villain. All the money in the world cannot protect you from me. You can flee, but never will you be free from me. I'm everywhere you're looking.
Hi guys, Sean here from Lawn Wreck. I'm going to talk today how to keep your lawn nice and green in November and going into winter. Now, traditionally what happens is, as we get towards the winter period, we'll find that the grass will start to lose a bit of colour. And that's due to there being less sunlight and a lot more wet weather, which is washing nutrients through. So you can find that the lawn is full of fungus, disease, and obviously just lacking some of the green chlorophyll in the grass as well. So this thing we can put on so we counteract that to a degree. But looking at this lawn today, it's a lovely green colour. So I'm going to talk to you today about what we've done. So just to recap, over the last 5 or 6 weeks, we had an event coming up, my daughter's birthday, and we were going to put a bounce castle on the lawn, which is what we did. And it was here for a day. So what we did, a couple of weeks before that, we put a fungicide down because we were suffering with quite a bit of red thread on the lawn. But that has now completely cleared up. This is about 5 weeks since it was done. And pretty much the whole of the grass is a nice uniform green in the main. There may still be the odd little bit, but in general it's green pretty much mostly. So I'm pleased with that. So the next thing we did, we put some iron sulphate on the lawn, knowing that it's going to take a few days for the greening up effect. It can blacken off moss pretty quickly, but we put the iron sulphate on for the greening up effect, which can take up to a week really. So that kicked in. The fungicide took about 4 or 5 weeks to do its stuff. This time of the year, it can be a couple of weeks in summer, but this time of the year it's taking a bit longer because it's cooler and everything's just slowing down a bit. And the last thing we did, we put some compost down on the lawn a week ago. And as you can see now, it's done exactly what we said. You pretty much can't see it anymore, but it's fed the lawn with some nutrients. There's still a couple of big piles there which you can see, but in general you cannot see the compost in the lawn anymore. So all the nutrients are breaking down and feeding the lawn. So what are the benefits of this? Well, you end up with a happier, healthier, greener lawn, and that's what we want. Of course, the only other thing you've got to do is to keep the leaves off the lawn, because that's going to stop the sunlight from getting to the grass. The longer you leave them on, there's going to be brown patches underneath which will eventually die off if not picked up. And if the grounds permit, you can do a nice little run over with the mower. What you don't want is soft and squelchy ground, because that's just going to churn up with the wheels of your mower. So it's best to keep off as much as you can and try and mow on a dry day. But today we've got damp, we've got mist, it was foggy this morning. The ground is actually quite firm, but it's still wet on the surface. So as long as you've got a good sharp blade, you're good to go. Guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button and please hit the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel and get notified whenever I produce new videos like this. It really helps us out with the channel to grow, so that we can keep growing more and serving more of these videos to you. Thanks.
I've been hunting for it, I've been planning for it. I'm the villain, yeah, I'm gonna take it, take it. I've been hunting for it.
And of course, the one thing we need to do is the poop run. Once you've got perch, you know what this is like. Okay, maintenance is really important. You keep those leaves off, you cut it on a high setting, regular. Obviously, if the ground permits, your lawn will love you right back. Plus, when it's wet, these kind of gloves, nitrile disposable powder-free gloves, are a million times better than normal gloves. Now they don't cost too much, but they're brilliant. And if you're careful, you can put these on and off your hands 5 or 6 times, so they'll last a full day. So the cost is very inexpensive. But when your ground's wet, these are just brilliant when you're mowing, borders, whatever you're doing. If you're interested, I'll link to the ones that I use in the description below. So the purpose of today is just a quick tidy up. We're not doing this small points because I don't want to be on that lawn too much. Even though it is quite firm on the ground, it is wet. And we don't want to go too mad with it. Let's check the fuel, guys. Okay, here's a handy little tip for you. Check your fuel every time before you go out onto the lawn, because I do that all the time and I end up running out halfway through. Whoa! So what you don't want to be doing is cutting it too short, especially this time of year. You're going to encourage moss and weeds to creep in and the grass to weaken. Remember, those blades of grass are like little solar panels. They are looking for sunlight to then convert that into sugars through photosynthesis, feed itself and become a stronger, healthier plant. So you need a decent length of grass. 1 to 2 inches is absolutely fine through winter, and that will enable it to stay fairly healthy and longer term push the roots down. It's all a big thing which helps itself.
I'm on the run, I've got no alibi for what I've done. Took what you treasure and I'm never gonna give it up. I left these empty streets and hide within the shadows. You think I'm low, but you don't know how low I'll go. I've been hunting for it, I've been planning for it. I'm the villain.
Alright guys, so as you can see, he's picked up quite a few leaves, but there's still quite a few on there. So there's no harm in going over a second time.
I'm the villain. I'm the villain. All the money in the world cannot protect you from me. You can flee, but never will you be free from me. I'm everywhere you look, you never will escape me. So come at me, 'cause I'm the villain.
So there you go guys, that doesn't look too bad. Now I'm not putting the roller on because I don't want the grass to lay flat too much. There's very little sunlight about at the moment. We want the blades of grass to be pointing up, and up to the sky to get as much sunlight onto them as possible when it is available, just to give it a fighting chance. Keeping it healthy through winter is easy when you know what you're doing. See this? This happened about 3 weeks ago. I'd been out aerating lawns, which is a very heavy machine, and it threw it down later on in the afternoon, so the ground got very, very wet and soggy. I unloaded the aerator from the van and I was pushing it up the garden to some storage, and as you can see, the heavy wheels had just completely churned it up. So we can't do too much about it now, but come spring we'll be getting that fixed. And I've got a great little project that I'm going to be doing in spring. I'm going to renovate the whole thing. So my plan is to completely kill off everything, because into spring there is some undesirable weeds like speedwell, and there's quite a few dips. There's a big dip there which is not always easy to see, but it's just so uneven. It's just so uneven, and it's been on my mind for a couple of years to get this done. It was going to be done this year, but it's not happened. So as you can see, it's green, and that's what we want. Just keep it nice through winter, minimize going on, because any footfall means that it's pressing everything down and the grass takes a while to recover. And in winter, with there being less sun, it can't recover as fast, so it's much more easily damaged. Just want to quickly show you next door's garden. As you can see over there, that last year was nothing but soil, and I went in and turned that into their lawn for them. We spent a full day with the owner. He was rotavating parts of it at the top end, and I spent the day levelling out, pulling all the stones out, pulling all the weeds out, and just getting it to a nice sort of fairly flat level. Then we overseeded, then we top dressed, and then we told them how to water it. And it's come on leaps and bounds. It's just had a couple of fertilisers on since then to keep the weeds down and a bit of greening up, but it's had nothing on for the last couple of months. And as you can see, well, I can see on the lawn, you can see the difference in the colour. So we've got a nice dark green there to a light green there, and that's because there's a lot of fungus in the lawn at the moment from all the wet weather we've had this year, and that's what's causing that. And so this one's had the fungicide on, and it's also had what else? It's had the compost put on, and it's had some iron put on as well. So the iron is for greening up, and it's for hardening the turf, and the compost was just a nice organic natural feed, and then the fungicide was to clear up the red thread. And you can just see the difference massively. So it is worth doing things to your lawn in winter. You just keep your maintenance good, try and keep the leaves down off the lawn as much as possible, and bit of iron on the lawn, fungicide if it needs it. You can still put it on at this time of year, and you can just help your grass through the winter. It'll be happier and healthier for it. So you can just clearly see, guys, the benefit of just a few extra products on your lawn. You need to keep it green and healthy right through winter, and that will keep it in a good state and just help the lawn to stay established through winter, fight disease, fight moss, because as you know, if you've got wheatgrass, moss will come in, and in the spring your weeds are going to come in, and your lawn's going to be shaking its head and wondering what on earth's happening.